I have a question to pose.
No.
If the playoffs were to start today, with today's current matchups, how far do you think each Canadian team would go?
The Leafs
So
against
we have,
Florida.
it would be Toronto, Florida, it would be Colorado, Winnipeg, it would be Vancouver, Nashville, and it would be Edmonton, Vegas.
I'll be honest, I think the only Canadian team that wins their first round matchup, and even I'm not that confident in it, is Edmonton.
No, I think Vegas is going to beat Edmonton. I think Vancouver could
disagree.
beat Nashville.
That's the one that I'm like most certain about. I think Nashville beats Vancouver.
I mean, yeah, that could also happen.
Yeah, but Sophie's also on crack.
And
Well-
I think the Leafs against Florida is a tougher matchup than Leafs against Bruins.
No, Leafs vs Florida is a better matchup than Leafs Bruins.
That's your opinion.
For Leafs,
Colorado Vegas is going to be like a 7-game series, I would say. That one could go either way. Winnipeg's a little not great right now going into the playoffs, but you turn it on. The reason I say Edmonton over Vegas
We
is
just beat them.
Edmonton is hot going into the playoffs, where Vegas is kind of sputtering, but Vegas also gets like half their team back in the playoffs. So
Birdo practiced the other day, so
yeah,
I think he's coming in shortly. And
they
then
got to figure out some cap space issues.
Stone's going to be ready day one of the playoffs. So.
They said they might stress it out game 2 so they could get them off the
But
LA could still miss the playoffs that way.
So you would say that, okay, you think how about you, Evan? What do you think between Edmonton and Vegas? Who do you have on that then?
Edmonton, Vegas.
Yeah, if right, as of right now, it's Edmonton, Vegas round 1.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a Canadian team that would do well.
That's what I mean. I'm going with matchup to
I
Edmonton, Vegas.
every year you can ask Sufi. Continue to think that the Edmonton Oilers are frauds. Because, yes, they have outstanding talent. Yes, they have a very hard-working Zach Hyman. But you know what doesn't happen in the playoffs? Goaltending. Every year. And doesn't matter if Connor McDavid scores 35 points in 3 games. Because he's probably going to let in 36.
Does that really apply here? Skinner's better than Thompson.
Sure. But the point is, like, Vegas won last year, and you can't knock, like, winners and winning and bringing other talented players into that, like, matchup. And even if Edmonton does win, I really don't see them winning the Stanley Cup. Do I see Vancouver winning? No. But
So
I feel like Edmonton's a very popular Canadian casual fan to pick win.
Oh God, come on, man! You're gonna pick Winnipeg, and that's not the same thing.
No. I'm just speaking in general. Like, I just like everyone I know and their mother is like, oh my gosh, the Oilers! I think we're gonna win. Play with McDavid. It's not like basketball. One player can't play every minute and dominate a game for you, even if he's the best player we've probably seen in the past however many years, if you want to argue that. So, like, their depth scoring better be active and scoring throughout the playoffs as well, and their goaltending better be up to snub, because I don't think both those things will happen throughout the entire playoffs. They totally can, but I see other teams beating them out.
I agree. I feel like Edmonton, for at least the last 4 years or so, at least, has been like number 1 Canadian team. Like, they're gonna make it. They're gonna make the finals. Actually, not even Canadian team. Just out of the West, Edmonton's gonna make it. Edmonton's gonna make it. Edmonton's gonna make the finals. It's always that pick. Not even just Canadian team discussion. Just generally in the West. But I mean, they've done one conference final in that time, which is impressive. But like apart from that, yeah, they're like usually second round and out or something.
But this is why sports books make so much money on people. Because that's what a ton of people want to happen, not what they think will happen.
Yeah.
And so what I'm saying is I don't think that the Edmonton Oilers will go far. Would it be cool to see them go and see McDavid throughout an entire 20-game playoff run? Absolutely. But is that realistic with the team that he has? Yes, lots of talent, but
it is realistic. It's just you're going off things that have happened in the past. But the thing is, like, it was
But no,
really
I'm talking about things that
happened
happened in the past. I would
But
say.
you know what I'm saying?
I
I'm
would say
saying
you're-
it's always like this roster is a winnable roster going into the playoffs. It just hasn't happened yet. It's still realistic that it can happen this year.
It's
No,
a winnable
I'm not
roster,
saying,
but
like,
that
I'm not
goes
saying they
against
can't win. I'm
more
saying
winning
it's
rosters.
unlikely.
Because if
But
I'm
so
looking
with
at
every
these teams,
team.
if I'm
But
looking at
I'm
this
just
team
saying I
stacked
don't
up,
see them winning Stanley Cup. If there was a gun to my head, I'd probably pick 5 other teams before them.
that's fair enough. But for me, I think going into this playoffs, at least how they played this year, is a little bit different, and like how the system has changed in our block as well, where they are a little bit more responsible defensively. They have a little bit more talent defensively, especially on forward, where guys are really changing their game to fit a little bit more of a playoff style. That's why I think that it's more likely this year that they're able to get over that hump. And also, I also see their competition as being a little weaker than it was when they went on that run 2 years ago.